What's going on? It's Trending Story. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and active the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
An amazing story about an incredible incident in the forest, which happened with two friends. It's hard to believe. The bear lay prostrate before the casket, hardly moving, as if he were seized by a powerful feeling of grief. But are animals capable of feeling grief, or for that matter, any emotion? The top elephant researchers tell us they believe elephants are capable of feeling grief, and I can recall well-documented stories of other animals, including giraffes, believe it or not, who appear to have experienced grief at the loss of a loved one. I can certainly imagine that bearless burr animals are fierce and capable of that emotion. If you should feel for some reason that only humans have this emotion, that animals are essentially so far below us as to be incapable of such a psychological experience, may I suggest you look at the video of Big Dude at the funeral. You can find it, plus an accompanying post by his family, on our blog of August 26th. Having seen the video, what do you think? We have a word for the over-humanizing of non-human animals: anthropomorphism. Many people have learned to pronounce that word, and many people believe it nicely summarizes all possible errors in thinking about animals. But there's a second kind of false thinking about animals, which is the reverse of anthropomorphism. Instead of wrongly exaggerating the similarity between humans and animals, this second kind of error wrongly exaggerates the dissimilarity. It presumes a radical divide between human and animal, a disconnect so complete that animals cannot possibly have feelings or minds, that animals indeed are simply biological machines, operating strictly through rigid, hardwired programs of instinct and reflex. This perspective remains the default position for much conventional thinking about animals today. Indeed, the error of this perspective remains all too common. We don't even have a word for it. So let me invent that word now. Let me suggest this error might be called anthropo-exceptionalism. We all know that people are exceptional. Of course they are, just as elephants and apes and lions are, in their own particular ways, also exceptional. But the error I refer to is thinking of humans and human behaviors as exempt, utterly disconnected from the limits, systems, structures, and truths of the rest of the natural world. Alexei Ivanovsky, age 36, was savaged by the wolf in the remote Kuril Islands. While he was roaming with his friends after saving the little cub bear and their mother, Ivanovsky suffered clinical death immediately after the attack, but was resuscitated and his ear was sewn back on. He was flown 250 miles to regional capital Yuzhno-Saglinsk, but died 9 days later from a heart attack. Locals had donated blood and held prayer vigils for him. Ivanovsky was collecting crabs when he was cornered by a group of brown wolves, including cubs in a pincher movement, according to reports. It was an adult female that attacked him, clasping his leg in its teeth and clawing off his skin and seeking to drag him away. But what shocked every one of these several days from his death, a female bear and her cubs was visiting his grave every day with some fish. His friend Thomas said that one day they were wandering around the island and saw a mother bear and her pups stuck between a huge rock. At first, Thomas was afraid to approach the ferocious bear, but Alexander approached her and tried to help her young pups, freed them, and gave them all the fish they got that day. It turned out the bear never forgot what he did for her and her cubs that day, and she felt very sorry that she can't help him, probably so she gives him all the fish that she had near his grave. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.